it's going lekker. He's a
Like,
mile now.
lekker, bro. I see we're recording, so.
Yeah, I thought I'll just capture all this fun stuff in the beginning before we start the actual episode.
Okay.
That's why I was just recording. No,
sorry, I
cool.
thought you started the recording because you want to go, so away.
Oh, well, in that case, we can start the episode now. Let me just queue up our title card. All right, let's do it. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CPS Reports, and we are back with another fight content. It is UFC 304, Edwards versus Belal Muhammed 2. And with me breaking this fight content down is none other than the boys, AD and Jedi. How's it going, guys?
Yo, lekker.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Good to see the lads. Good to see everyone looking in good spirits, excited for the weekend's fights, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Very
like
happy
I said,
to be here once again with the boys, man. Come on.
Let's fight
boys.
week.
Come on. Fight week, boys.
But like Eddie said, that is UFC 304 Edwards versus Muhammad 2. That is this Sunday, 28th of July, live from Manchester, England at 4 a.m. South African time. We are going to start breaking down this card, but the main card mainly, and we'll take it from the top. Title fight, Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad 2. I'm going to go straight to AD about this one. If we move on to Jade, I want to get your thoughts, AD, about this fight, about who do you think is going to be the victorious, what's their path to victory or their keys to victory. I'd just like to get your thoughts on it. Give me what you think about this one. Because Leon Edwards, over the last, I would say, I think since 2015 was the last time he actually lost. That's a very long time. It's been quite consistent as well, even though it's not as frequent as we would like it to be, maybe 3 times a year. However, when it does step up, which I think is twice a year, he's been successful in all those runs. 2022 wins, 3 losses, 7 wins by knockout. And also, what's quite significant in the evolution of Leon Edwards is his wrestling. I don't think people talk about his ability to have such fantastic takedown defense and also takedown offense. Although he's not very offensive in terms of looking for submissions and things like that, but he does have it in his wheelhouse to take people down. He took him out of Usman down, he took Kobe Covington down. I recently heard a stat that he actually has landed, I think, 23 successful takedowns in the UFC, which is unheard of for someone who's predominantly a striker like Leon Edwards, an elite striker like Leon Edwards. But he's taken on someone who's fought already in Belal Muhammad. That first fight ended in a very unfortunate manner in terms of the eye poke. So we didn't really get to see the guys put their tools to the test. Arguably, people were saying that the fight did sort of edge towards Leon Edwards. They said he won that first round. I thought he won the first round. Up until that eye poke. Yeah. But Eddie, before I give my perspective, I want to get yours on this one.
Yeah, sure. So I think you mentioned a lot of very important points there regarding the wrestling. Leon's come on leaps and bounds with his wrestling, and especially his defensive wrestling, which I think is going to be key for him in this match. One of the slickest strikers around, so clean with his striking, both punches and kicks, knees, elbows, everything. He's got a wide range of tools at his disposal. But I do think, however, Belal, having trained with
sorry. Sorry, Heidi. I didn't recognize the baby was on screen. But continue.
Yeah.
What does he think about the fights, bro? But yeah, I think Belal, having trained with Team Khabib, might have something up his sleeve. Because we've seen the level that Islam wrestles at. Just look at the last fight with Dustin Poirier. That final takedown to the victory was unheard of, bro. It was like a sequence. So I think Belal's gonna have to wrestle. He's gonna definitely test Leon's takedown defense. But again, Leon's just so slick, man. I can't see him losing this fight, to be honest with you.
Interesting.
But yeah, at the same time, it's like I think I said to you in the past, it's about time that people start giving Belal his flowers. He's not the most entertaining fighter. He's not a very likable personality, I would say. For me anyway. But yeah, I think he's gonna be a good test, but I don't think he's gonna be enough on the night. So I think Leon to dominate.
Leon Edwards.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he's gonna make it look quite easy. And yeah, I'm leaning towards a decision, but I wouldn't put past Leon finishing him on the night.
Wow. Big statements, big statements. Before I move to you, Jada, something that I want to highlight, just on, I don't know what Eddie is saying, is that I agree with him in the sense that we have to start putting flowers on Belal Muhammad's name, though he hasn't got the title just yet, but he has taken out really, really top contenders, Gilbert Burns, Vicente Luque, Wonder Boy, Damon Maya, 10-fight win streak. And one of the things I would like to add to Belal Muhammad's game is that he's absolutely relentless. The guy doesn't stop moving. And Leon Edwards is a bit more of a tactician, whereby he's more of like a poise, takes his time, strikes when he needs to strike, and doesn't really go to the wall, just go gunno the way Belal Muhammad does. And I think that could be something that could actually get Belal Muhammad the victory here. So what do you think about this fight, Chida? How do you think it plays out?
I obviously feel like Bilal's been shouting and making a lot of noise to get this fight. So we're all happy to see him get it. And as you say, he's been on a tear. I think, like, how many fights did you say? 10 fights?
10, yeah.
And yeah, he's been smashing the Oaks since he's joined whatever that Russian guy is called.
Yeah. With Khabib.
But going back to the first
Khabib,
fight,
yeah.
I feel like Leon was lining him up to get finished, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
like
but Leon
Leon
was
was
dominating the first round, bro.
So,
I think Leon would have made
think
easy
so.
work of him that night, bro, if it wasn't for the eye poke. So yeah, I agree 100% with Jada.
yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
hectic.
And then if I'm gonna choose, dude, I'm gonna go with the champ simply because he fought Maru twice. He fought Colby. He's fighting another wrestler now that I feel like won't do much difference to what they were trying to do. You know what I mean? So Leon's obviously got experience against wrestlers. I think he's just gonna do the same, bro. He might even finish him later on.
So both of you are going for potential finish in this fight for Leon Edwards.
Possibly, yeah. I'm leaning towards a decision though, but Leon does have it in him to finish the fight.
But you never know. Alhamdulillah, I'm gonna smash your boy. You don't know.
Habibi.
Yeah, I mean, one thing to take note of is that the first time when they fought, the first time that they fought, Belal took that fight on short notice, according to some of the books coming out of the UFC media.
Belal was on short notice.
Manel took that fight on short notice the first time they fought each other. Yes, I think he took it on 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks short notice. But I'm not making an excuse for him. It's just something to pay attention to. But then again, like you both are saying, I agree. I feel like the fight was set up. Leon was setting himself up to finish that fight. Looked like it was going to go that way. So for this one, Jade make a very good point in the sense that what can Belal bring differently that Kamaru Usman and Colby didn't bring against Leon Edwards? You know what I mean? And having to fight against those two triangle the legs. That could be something that, but he has to get Leon down first.
Yeah. Something out of Russia, bro. That's what he can bring, and that's about it. Bro. So it's not impossible.
Heavy game plan. Yeah. I think it's going to take a lot of timing and a lot of setting up. And, you know what I mean? Once he gets Leon down, he's going to have to exactly that. He has to try and keep him there.
Which is not easy.
He fought Kamaru twice. I mean, beat him twice.
3 times. Yeah.
I don't
beat him twice.
I don't know.
And he took Kamaru down.
And Colby. Colby was one of the good wrestlers of the division.
Both of them, Kamaru and Colby.
So exactly that. So I don't know what Belal's gonna do to I guess, put the fight in his favor.
Well, I mean, the keys to victory is to apply like the relentless pressure, because the argument that's coming out is that he has the better gas tank between the two fighters. I don't know if that is true.
I don't know about that. To be honest with you, I mean, I hear what you're saying, bro, with that pressure, but I just think Leon's too smart, bro. Like his spatial awareness in the ring. Belal's gonna try and put the pressure on him, but I think he's just gonna manage to circle off, keep the distance, and just pick Belal off at range. So that's kind of what I'm leaning
Exactly.
towards.
And, yeah. And
What you
it's
saying, Jay?
dangerous to put pressure on a guy that can strike so well.
Yeah,
Especially your
he's
strike
such
is
a
not
good
as
counter
good.
puncher as well, bro.
Defense is not.
Yeah, and that's
But you
also
saw
going
what he did with
backwards.
Kamaru, bro. And Kamaru was basically making him go back for the
Yes.
first two fights. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
still, he was there till the end. He was there till the 5th round. So like, I don't know
In
if
the second fight,
I
though,
don't know.
he didn't allow Kamaru to back him up as much. It's like once he
No,
got to the
no.
black line, he was like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I'm staying here. I'm either circling away, or I'm gonna
I'm gonna
stand
kick
here
him.
and yeah, and we're gonna
I'm gonna
trade."
kick
Right?
Kamaru.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
Very
scooped that
true.
man.
He
Flinters.
kicked him, bro. He kicked him dizzy. I was like, yo, look at this madness. But okay, I think we're all in agreement here. I mean, the bookies are also putting Leon Edwards in the as favorite as plus 250. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Belal gets it because his style is quite intense. I mean, the dude has been going on there. I became a bit of a believer when he beat Gilbert Burns. I was like, yay. Because I read
But
Gilbert
Gilbert
Burns
Burns
quite
also
high.
Yeah.
took that fight with a very quick turnaround, bro. Like his turnaround from his previous
That's
fight
true.
was too
And he
quick,
got,
bro.
I think he got knocked out or he lost before that.
Nah, I
Yes,
think he
yes,
won.
yes.
Nah, I think he won his fight before that because
Won.
that's why he took such a
Didn't he
quick
lose
turn.
against Hamza?
He was on a streak, man. Yeah, no,
No,
you're right.
Jed.
Actually, he did lose to Kamzat, but
Yes, I think Jed's right there.
was that his last fight before Belal? Because I'm
I'm
sure
just
he
checking.
won the fight
Might
before he
have
fought
been.
Belal.
Anyway,
Wonderboy.
I said my point is I think that's a good statement win for him. And beating Wonderboy, although we know Wonderboy is not really a wrestler, and that's exactly what he did in that fight, was just completely wrestling, man. Wonderboy is an elite striker, but Leon Edwards
Yeah,
has got
yeah.
what Wonderboy doesn't have, and that's fantastic. 70% takedown defense. So let's see. You know, if he keeps it standing, I think Edwards gets the win within the 5 rounds. But okay, boys, we keep it moving. Co-main event sees Tom Aspinall defending the heavyweight interim title against Curtis Blaydes, and that was also the fight where we saw Tom Aspinall get injured. Unfortunately, the fight didn't last very long, so we couldn't see much of this fight. But it's quite interesting coming into because Tom Aspinall is on this massive high right now, interim champion, beating Sergey Pavlovich, beating Volkov, like literally beating Marcin Tybura, pretty much the top of the food chain, except for John Jones and Lagan, which I thought you probably get to Lagan instead of Curtis Blaydes. Same can be said.
That is weird. Where's that
It's
guy?
very strange.
That's actually the fight they wanted to make, but Cyril Gane's
you're right.
acting now, so
Yes, that's what they said.
it's true. It's true, bro.
Yes,
It's
it
true.
is right.
This division's fucked, my bro.
What?
John Jones is out doing coke with prostitutes.
Yeah.
Stipe Miocic has been missing for like the last 7 months, bro.
Retired.
7 years. I don't know, bro. Where is he?
Quite some time.
Then we have Volkov and Pavlovich who fought recently. Volkov obviously getting the job
Ooh.
done.
He
But
won
then
that fight,
fucking
yeah.
Curtis Blaydes, bro. He was ranked 5th. He beat Jelton Almeida at 7th, and now he's got a title shot. What's
Yeah.
going on here, my bro?
Honestly,
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Those in
Guy.
strikes are so quiet. It's like, and Thomas
Yeah.
Almeida wasn't even that much of a highly ranked opponent, to be quite honest.
Exactly. But all these killers from the heavyweight division are just fading out. Like, I mean, Tuivasa, Derek Lewis, Rosenstruck.
Yes.
Where are these guys, maybe?
And they are in the top 10 technically. So you want to see more of them compete. But anyway, the fight we are seeing is Curtis Blaydes and Tom Aspinall. AD, give me your thoughts on this one. We know Tom Aspinall, fantastic striker, moves very quick for heavyweight, very similar to that of Cyril Gane, minus the boxing strikes. So he usually uses a lot of heavy leg kicks instead of body kicks, the way Cyril Gane does. But on the hands, I would say he's on par with Cyril Gane, if not maybe a bit faster. And then we got Curtis Blaydes, who's not bad with his boxing. He usually utilizes his boxing to get to his bread and butter, which is the takedowns. And obviously, I think in terms of the wrestling, apart John Jones, I think he's probably the best in the division, Curtis Blaydes now. How do you think this fight plays out? Who do you think gets to win? And what are the keys to that victory?
Yeah, bro. Once again, I'm gonna have to go with the favorite, Tom Aspinall. He's an overwhelming favorite according to the bookies, and I think he's that for a reason. I just think he's gonna be too slick for Curtis. I mean, Tom Aspinall is not a bad wrestler either, so if it does come down to it, it's not gonna be like a cut and dry where the Curtis Blaydes is gonna dominate him on the ground. So
Absolutely.
I think Tom Aspinall just has too much going for him, and I think he's gonna be too much for Curtis on the night. And yeah, bro, I'm looking at no more than 3 rounds for this fight.
Yep.
Tom Aspinall to
Interesting.
win it.
Tom
Yeah.
Aspinall, 3 rounds, gets a finish in the 3rd round, you say.
Within
Jedi,
3 rounds, not necessarily the 3rd, but within 3. Yeah.
within the 3. Okay. A good statistic to look at is that Tom Aspinall lands an average of 7 strikes per minute. So he's quite active when he's on his feet.
It's crazy.
That's really good. That's really good. Jedi, what do you think about this fight?
Sorry, just before you go to Jedi, just one more thing, and maybe Jedi, you can also add this to kind of your calculation of what's going to happen here. But Curtis Blaydes has the most takedowns in the division. So yeah, he is again a good wrestler. But also against Jelton Almeida, he got taken down 7 times in 1 round.
In one round.
What do you make of that?
Curtis Blaydes, bro.
So he's a good wrestler, but he can't wrestle. You know what I mean? But yeah, sorry, Jedi, over to you.
Yeah, I think I'm also leaning towards Tom Aspinall. I think he's like the new generation of the heavyweight guys, him and Solgan. So, like, obviously, we've been talking about Gane, and that should have been the fight. You can't write Blaydes off at the end of the day. He's got that overhead right turn, and if it does go to the ground, as you said, Blaydes can tap him out. But look, Blaydes is like a hit and miss for me. It's like win one, lose one, win one, lose one for the past, I don't know how many fights.
Dude, that's literally his record.
And that's why I'm like, why is this bro fighting for the title?
He goes to
Exactly.
win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. That's what it's been
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Tom, as he says, can finish him very early, probably in the 1st round.
I've got a feeling it's going to be a 1st round stoppage, if I'm being honest with you guys. I want to see it go longer, and that both fighters can make it go for a while, but something just tells me that Aspinall is going to put him out. Round 1 or round 2? I know you said within 3 rounds, but I think it will end earlier than that.
Nah, within 3, bro. So that could be 1, 2, or 3. One of them. I just think it won't go longer than 3 rounds, is what I mean. Yeah.
Nah, definitely not.
You agree, Jedi?
Yes, definitely. I think somebody's definitely going to get stopped.
Okay, awesome.
It's the heavyweights, bro.
It doesn't usually go.
Someone's going down, usually.
Someone's going down. But anyway, let us know in the comments what you think about that one. That's the 2 title fights. I'd love to get your opinions in the comments to see who you pick to be champion come this weekend. We move on. 80, I'm going to go to you first because it is your favorite. It is Mr. King Green taking on Paddy, the baddie Pimblett in the UFC lightweight bout. This is the featured bout before we go into those title fights.
Fight of the night.
This could be potentially fight of the night because we know both guys come to play. King Green, excuse me, as his name is now officially King Green, not Bobby King Green anymore. Slick with his hands low, very quick, probably one of the fastest guys in the division. Also very accurate with his strikes as well. Like when I mentioned Tom Aspinall, Bobby King Green as well has got a high significant strike landing per minute. Also, not necessarily 7, but 6.5, which is quite close, which means shows you how active he is as well in the boxing exchanges. Paddy the baddie can't really stress too much. It's very similar. Maybe not as quick as King Green, not as elusive as King Green, but also does throw heavy hands, and he does relentless with his takedowns as well. Probably not the cleanest technique when it comes to his takedowns, but he's relentless and he does eventually get people down, and that's also some of his bread and butter. Coming into this fight, he hasn't been as active as King Green has. King has been super active, and I think a person that is super active as him, as a fighter, as that makes for very, very, very dangerous fighter. So for this one, I'm probably going to lean towards King Green, but I wouldn't be surprised if Paddy gets it done. But I can't really see him getting it done. Eddie, how do you think it goes?
I think if Paddy manages to get it to the ground, then he's got a very good chance of beating King. But King Green, King Green? It's gonna take me a while to get used to his name, but King Green sounds pretty cool actually. King Green, yeah. But King Green, bro, like you said, slick boxer, and he's also got excellent takedown defense, so it's not gonna be easy.
74% to be exact.
Exactly. So and also Paddy, bro, like you said, his technique. You said his technique's a bit sloppy in the takedowns, even with the striking, bro. It's those very looping shots.
Yes.
He fights with his chin up in the air.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to not like about what he does out there, and
Absolutely.
I'm hoping that Bobby Green uses his experience, talks to him, gets in his head, really fucks with him, and kind of embarrasses him on the night. Because I'm really not a fan of this Paddy the Baddy guy. So I'm hoping that my guy King Green can make an absolute fool of him on the night. And just get rid of him, get rid of this shit stain that he's caused in the UFC.
I love it. So we know where AD's he's betting on this fight, where it's gonna go to. He's going to King Green, of course. But I also think King Green probably he's just the more polished fighter and the more experienced fighter. Jedi, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a back and forth fighter, but it also has the makings for a first round that's gonna be crazy explosive. So you can easily see somebody getting stopped in the first round. But I feel like if it goes longer, I think Bobby Green will figure him out and get him into a rhythm where Green is initiating more of the engages. You know what I mean? But no, nobody's gonna be taken down. Nobody's shooting unless they're rocked. So it's basically gonna be a street fight.
Which is gonna favor King Green. I mean, he's got 11 first-round finishes. King Green.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I think it's a very even fight. Even fight. Yeah, but I do believe King Green is a lot more experienced and a lot more sharper than Paddy the Baddy. But dude, I don't watch Paddy. I don't really
pay too much attention to him.
Yeah, I'm not still a Paddy fan. I don't worry with him. Plus, he's trying to get into the top 15 now, so I don't take note of anybody outside of the top 15.
Fair point.
I mean? So I don't worry about Paddy, but
don't take note of anybody I could beat. You say, Jedi.
Exactly.
Lekker. Okay, cool. No, then we'll keep it moving swiftly. I think we're all in agreement that King Green's going to take that one. Just with more experience, and I think it's just a more clean-cut overall fight between the two. Okay, we keep it moving,
I'd like
gents.
to see Jake Paul and Johnny Walker. That's what I really want to see.
I think we can start the campaign for that. Put in a petition for the world to see if they can get that fight going. Anyway, guys, this one we got Christain, Leroy, Duncan taking on Robocop, Gregory, Rodrigues in the middleweight division. And yeah, bro, Robocop is a sick man. If you haven't seen this guy's highlights, he is an absolute
fucking
dog.
love it, bro. Fucking love
it. Look at him.
Look at him, bro. Look at how standing there. Ready to kill a motherfucker.
Bro, he's a different ball game. However, he hasn't really put together a fantastic string of results where you could say 3-4 fight win streak. It's also been a little bit of 1-2, last one, 1-2, last one kind of thing. But it's been fantastic in terms of the fights he has won. Made statement wins with fantastic knockouts. Very aggressive. He's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And beat Brad Tavares, 3 wins, 7 wins by sub, 7 first-round finishes, good striking offense. Not the best at takedown defense, but in this fight, I don't think anyone's taking anyone down because Christain Leroy is just a stand-up guy, very masterful in terms of his kickboxing, good elbows, good knees, good jumping kicks, spin kicks. You saw it in his last fight against Roberto, and he was just like a video game character. But I would love to see him what he would do if he does get taken down. So I think if Rodrigues can take him down, I think that could be a fantastic key to victory. So I think if Rodrigues is going to stand with Christain Duncan, I think he's probably going to get knocked out. Eddie, how do you think this fight plays out? Who do you think is going to get their hand raised come the end of this fight? Because I think this could be the most explosive fight on the card. This could be the one where we're going to see mad knockout.
Yeah, I think it definitely has the potential to be that. I would agree with Rodrigues having to take it to the ground to have, I would say, the easiest path for him to victory. Yeah. I don't think, however, that he's like outgunned on the feet. I think Leroy Duncan is definitely the better striker. He's an excellent striker, very flashy. He's got some highlight reel knockouts, flying knees, heel kicks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Robocop, bro, that man's not scared to stand in front of you and take your best shot and just trade. So I think if it comes down to a firefight, I say Robocop's gonna take him down, bro. But I think Duncan's gonna have to try and make the best of kind of managing the distance and using his elite striking to win the fight. But yeah, bruh, I'm never gonna bet against someone who calls himself Robocop.
Exactly.
And if you've seen Greg Rodrigues in firefights, he usually comes out best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He's not afraid of standing there and fucking taking your best shot and returning. And like you said, it's worked out quite well for him so far.
It's worked out for him. Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting. I don't see Duncan standing there long enough for them to have a firefight like that. But let's see.
Unless he gets caught. Because I've seen him get clipped before, Duncan, and he looks like a good frame, and he looks big and he's strong. I mean, 6'2". But I've seen him get clipped with like a jab a few times, and he gets out very quickly. And I'm thinking, I wonder if there's something there. You know,
doesn't have the chin on him.
Doesn't have the chin, yes. And Rodrigues, he's shown that he can take a shot. I've seen him rock and come back. And
man has like 5 chins, bro. So got enough chins for both of them.
Jedi, what do you think about this one?
He's got enough managers. He's got enough lives.
The yellow frietjes.
What's your thoughts on this one, Jedi?
Dude, I don't know any of these guys. I haven't seen any of them fight.
Okay.
I don't have an opinion, but obviously I have to ride with my guys from Brazil. Especially against anybody from Great Britain, and England. You know, I don't really Britain or English out. So especially those in Brazil. Brazil.
No offense to the English audience. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
No, it is right. And also let us know in the comments what you think about this one. We'll have to get to this as usual. Boys, let's take it to by the way, I think this fight was actually on the prelims. This slot was supposed to be Manel Kape and what's his name?
Muhammed Mokaev.
Yes, that was supposed to be in that slot.
It's on the other prelims.
Early prelims.
It's on the early prelims, bro, which is
quite annoying.
Quite annoying. Manel Kape has to be home by a certain time.
I think that's a top 10 fight, eh? Is that other guy also?
Yes.
Yeah, 6 versus 8.
Number one contender fight that. Or at least to get in the top 3.
Yeah, I would say that top 3. I wouldn't say number one contender just
to get in the top 3.
Yeah.
But none of them are from the Great Britain. Maybe that's why.
Nah, Mokaev is from the Great Britain, bro.
He moved there, yes. He moved there, yeah.
Let's not get into that, bro. We don't need to get into this controversial topics about where you're from, and you know the man's from Great Britain. Now his flag there is Great Britain, so let's
that's quite funny. He moved there when he was very young, yeah. Anyway, let's close it off, boys.
Adesanya, the Chinese TV that's African.
Yeah, just
the Chinese TV that's Nigerian.
So the opening bout of the main card, guys, we see Arnold Allen taking on Giga Chikadze in the featherweight. This is quite interesting because I think both these guys are ranked, if I'm not mistaken. We know that Arnold Allen. This is a fantastic fight. Arnold Allen has just come up short 2-fight losing streak, but I mean he lost against top guys, Max Holloway, and what's his name? Let me just get his name. Yeah. They beat Calvin Keita, sorry, and Dan Hooker. Yeah, so he was clearing out some good names up until he got to Max. Oh, he lost to Leroy, sorry, the undefeated dude that's in the division as well.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yes.
True. That guy is the decision wizard.
He's good. He's very good. Wizard. But I think they all still lose to Max Place. But anyway, it's another conversation. In this one, Allen needs a victory. I mean, like I said, 2-fight losing streak, and he's still on top of but he's still in the top 5. So he's gonna have to get back in the contention with a win over someone like Giga Chikadze. But Giga is elusive, slick, very, very, very good, very creative. His kickboxing is almost second to none in the division, obviously bar Max. However, I have seen in the past where Giga has sort of lost a lot of where he loses is when he gets gassed out because he's so many kicks in the fight. He usually gets gassed out, and you kind of see like round 3 take over, or round 2 people take over the fight and they start dominating him. What is Arnold going to have to do in this fight to secure a victory? And what does Giga have to do to secure the victory in this one, Jedi?
Arnold has to wrestle. He needs to
Same.
not strike as much, because he might get caught with some heavy hands, as we know.
Yeah.
You know. So for me, I think he's gonna have to mix it up and control and be very smart with his distance, and he can't also turn this into a slugfest or a very high-paced fight. He's gotta be smart and control when he's choosing to engage, because otherwise he's gonna get stopped.
Interesting. Do you agree, Eddie? That's a good
I
interesting
do.
topic. Huh?
I do agree with that. I think if it's just striking, it's going to be kind of you punch, you kick, I kick, and it's going to be back and forth. And I do think that the obvious advantage for Arnold Allen would be the wrestling, because I think he's just like Jedi said, better wrestler, more well-rounded fighter. So that would be a big advantage for him if he can utilize it. But yeah, if it stays on the feet, I think Giga Chikadze has a very good chance. Like you said, he's elite kickboxer, bro, elite. And
Very much
yeah,
so.
if he can manage to keep it on the feet, manage the distance, kind of navigate the ring well and manage the space, I could see him winning by decision. But I do see Arnold Allen trying to utilize the wrestling, and because of that, I think he's going to get the result.
Yeah, he
Yes,
has
me
to
too.
take it to the ground a little bit. Because as you say, if it's going to stay standing, he's going to make it difficult for himself. It's not going to be an
Yeah,
easy night. It's not going to
Absolutely.
be an
yeah,
easy
I
night,
agree.
especially because I feel like the power is not on his side. I feel like the power is on Giga's side, and I feel like the cardio is pretty even. I don't think either one is
But
going
he's
to,
pretty even, yeah.
you know what I mean? However, I feel like if Arnold Allen wrestles him, he'll have an edge in the cardio. But I feel like if he stays on the feet, the other dude is gonna make him fight
Yeah,
backwards a
Giga
lot
is
of the
gonna get
time.
him. Absolutely. Now that's a very good point. So one thing to also add, Jedi, Arnold Allen is training with TriStar now as well. So they're working on that wrestling with him out there in
Hectic.
the gym.
Yeah.
Faraz Zahabi, hulle.
Jade's favorite gym that.
Best.
Okay, yeah.
It's the best.
I also agree that I think Arnold, if he can get it to the ground as early with maybe landing one or two takedowns in the round one, or at least initiate wrestling in the first round, I can open up the keys to victory a little bit easier for him going into round 2 and 3. So I think he needs to initiate quite early.
Yeah, at least just give him a look, make him think about it. You know what I mean? Try to kind of set off his striking rhythm, and yeah, agree with that 100%.
Okay, cool. Before we close up, I want to close up with the fight we were talking about, which should have been on the main, which was on the main card, which isn't anymore. And Muhammad Mokaev taking on Manel Kape in the flyweight. And like we were saying earlier, this is like a fight that will solidify one of these guys at least in the top 3. Because I mean, we know they gave what's the dude's name that fought Pantoja lost, the Australian guy. Usyk. Right, Usyk didn't even have a run in the division, and he got the title shot. These two guys have been in the division and they have had a run already. So, it would be nice to see them get up. And he's undefeated. Mukaev is undefeated. Yeah, and he's a freak of nature. Honestly, fantastic wrestler. He's got that Dagestani background, and he utilizes it really well. He's just like a very small version of Khabib, but fast, but super fast. And however, all that being said, he's really fantastic. All that being said, Manel Kape is a straight up killer. And it's very difficult to bet against him. Honestly, it's very hard to bet against Manel Kape. Almost every fight he's been in, he just looks so slick. Although his last fight, I think it went to decision against Dos Santos.
That was a great fight, though.
Fantastic fight, yeah. Don't get me wrong. It was high-paced throughout every single minute of that fight. But he didn't get the finish, but he did look fantastic on the night, though. Eddie, what do you think about this fight? Who do you think has got the best attributes to secure himself a victory here?
I think this is also going to be a very good fight. Like you said, Manel Kape, absolute dog, bro. Just tough as nails, and he's very slick striker. And he's also got, I think, kind of that. He almost fights with an arrogance, man.
Yes.
And he always, like, every time he goes in there, he believes he's better than his opponent. So but I think it's going to be a close fight. Likely to stay on the feet for me.
Really?
But I think Manel Kape probably gets it done. But I'm really 50-50 with this one.
Interesting stat. Interesting stat. is that Mokaev is predominantly a wrestler more than he is a striker. Although he does enjoy doing the striking battle, we've seen in his fights. He comes into the fight with a 42% takedown accuracy, whereas Manel Kape has got a 78% takedown defense. Very hard to take him down, and we see it in a lot of his fights. We really, really see him on his back, right?
Yeah, because he's so small and he's so fast.
He's very fast.
He's got a low center of gravity, bro, so it's very difficult to take down, I think.
Exactly, and I think it's what I'm trying to say is I think that Manel Kape could be the one that's going to issue Mokaev his first loss and take away that 0 on his name, because the attributes kind of favors Manel Kape. What do you think, Jedi?
I'm gonna go with the other guy, bro. I think he keeps
Mokaev.
Yeah, because I've watched that the Santos fight. Sorry.
Yes.
For me, Manel Kape, he's good. I just don't feel like he's a proper finisher, or like I don't see him as a champion for some odd reason. And
interesting.
Dude, I don't know why, but for me, I don't place him. I don't place him in the top 3. He's still got to do. Maybe if he beats this dude, I'll be a believer. But I just don't think he's like a top 3 guy for me personally. I don't see him raising the title one day, like in the next 5 years, because he's 30 years old. I don't see him lifting the title by the time he's 35. That's how I feel.
I actually thought he was a lot younger than he is.
I thought he was younger as well. And he was 30 years
old. Like
but I mean, it's not very next. Although he's 32.
No,
so
but I just mean like for his skill level, man, Manel Kape, because he still looks a little bit raw.
Yeah, exactly.
So I thought that he's still quite young and he still needs to kind of develop. But now we find out he's 30 years old, bro. So
he's been a champion in another organization.
With Mokaev, I think he's gonna keep his he goes 13-0 yeah.
But like
tight fight. I think it's gonna be a split decision, bro. Or maybe like unanimous. Maybe he wins 2 rounds by wrestling and control and whatever. But this type of fight always come down to who does the most damage and who controls it the most. You know what I mean? And I feel like that this Muhammed Mokaev is gonna do more of that. I feel like Manel Kape's gonna be going back more.
Ross, do you think this Spraak can take Manel Kape down?
His takedowns is very creative and it's also very relentless. But it's hard to take Manel down, dude. I really
That's what I'm saying. I see it staying on the feet.
Yeah, it's very rarely seen getting on his back. People tried Jedi, but they can't get this man down. I'd have loved to see him fight Kai once, but he doesn't really wrestle much. I did fight once before in Manel Kape and Pantoja in the past. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think it did.
No, you're right. I'm not sure about the result, but it did happen.
But the point is, there's not much footage you can find where you find him in Manel Kape getting out wrestled. It's unheard of.
Okay.
So it's a very stylistically beautiful match to watch. Very, very beautiful match to watch. And so for that, we kind of split down here. I think myself and Eddie's leaning towards Manel, Jason leaning towards Mokaev. You guys let us know in the comments what you think about this one. But I think this is a very much of a potential fight of the night for me. And I'm a bit disappointed that it's so early on the card, because it means that we have to get up at like 1 a.m. to actually watch this fight.
So who's winning the fight for you then, bro? You're like the split here, me and Jedi.
No, I said you and I are going with Manel.
Oh, okay,
sorry, as well.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna give Mokaev his first loss. I feel like it's gonna happen. Because Mokaev's biggest strength is his wrestling, and Manel has got fantastic takedown defense, and he's shown this in the UFC. So if he keeps Muhammed from standing, I think Manel's got the better chance. But that's obviously easier said than done. We have to see what happens on the night. But before I close off, I just want to give a little bit of a shout out to other fights that could be interesting to watch as well. I won't go into detail with it, but it's the two main and co-main events of the prelims. That is Nathaniel Wood taking on Daniel Pineda. That's going to be a very, very good fight to watch. The explosive both guys are fantastic. Daniel Pineda's got the experience. Nathaniel Wood is just a very, very exciting kickboxer to watch. So I think that's going to be a fantastic fight to watch. And obviously Molly McCann and Bruno Brazil is also going to be a good fight to watch on that card. So yeah, This fight card will be taking place on the 28th of July. That's this Sunday at 4 a.m. South African time. It is UFC 304. Edwards taking on Belal Muhammed 2. AD and Jedi, appreciate you guys as always. Thank you so much for doing this. We are going to do it again when we recap this fantastic event. Can't wait. So yeah, for you guys out there, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments about who you think is going to win, and give us your picks for this fight card. On that note, stay safe, stay blessed, stay humble, and we will see you on the next one. Shama.
Jake Paul versus Johnny Walker.